What if I told you that in just 90 days, the person you are now could disappear? Not in theory, in reality. The way you walk, talk, think, move under pressure, unrecognizable. Imagine this. 90 days from now, the version of you who hesitates, scrolls aimlessly, second-guesses every move, gone, replaced by someone sharper, stronger, more focused, a builder, a closer, a force. This isn't fantasy, it's a decision. And if you're serious, truly serious, about making the next 90 days the most disciplined, most transformative season of your life, then watch this video from start to finish, study it, re-watch it, because this isn't hype, this is the how. Step by step, ritual by ritual, mindset by mindset. This is the blueprint you've been waiting for. But understand this clearly from the beginning. This is not a motivational boost. This is not a feel-good moment. This is war. War against your old self. War against the habits that have kept you stuck. War against the excuses you've recycled. So many times you've mistaken them for truth. You have 90 days. One decision, go all in or stay average. Because here's the truth, 90 days isn't magic. It's math. 3 months of radical consistency is enough to rewire your identity, enough to compound tiny wins into unstoppable momentum, enough to outpace 99% of people drifting through their lives, pretending that someday is a real strategy. But none of that happens unless you lock in, unless you cut out distractions, unless you eliminate the backup plans and treat this like your final shot to become who you were meant to be. You've said you're ready before. Now it's time to prove it. If you're ready to walk this path, then subscribe right now, because I'll be walking with you through every step, not just today, but for the full journey ahead. These aren't surface-level tips, these are deep dives. And if you stay committed, if you truly lock in, the world won't recognize the person you'll become in 90 days. But it starts here, right now. This is where you burn the old blueprint and build a new one. When a man truly decides, he burns the bridge. Not metaphorically, not halfway, not with a safety net. He makes retreat impossible. And because of that, he becomes someone else. Not eventually, now. That's what it means to lock in for 90 days. Your life narrows, your focus sharpens, your actions forge a new identity. Every single day you stack evidence that you are no longer who you used to be, and your brain begins to believe it, because that's how it works. There's real science behind this. Your brain follows patterns. Repetition builds identity. Do something once, it's nothing. Do it twice, it remembers. Do it for 90 days without deviation, without apology, without negotiation, and it becomes who you are. It becomes normal to rise early, normal to push through, normal to choose discipline over comfort. That's why 90 days matter. Not because it's long enough to try something, but because it's long enough to become someone. This isn't about hype. This is physics. This is momentum. Most people never get momentum because they keep resetting. They go for 3 days, skip 1, push for a week, then crash for 2. They're always starting over, waiting for a spark. But motivation is a liar. Discipline, that's the truth. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if it's raining or if your friends are out. Discipline moves, and movement creates momentum. Momentum turns hard into automatic, effort into flow. It's what separates the man who restarts from the man who rises, because at a certain point, something clicks, the habits stick, the body adapts, the mind believes, and now the work pulls you forward instead of pushing you back. But you have to go through it first. Through the pain, through the friction, through the doubt. Most people stop there. You won't, because you've decided. A real decision isn't about feeling good. It's about becoming great. Discomfort is the cost of the next version of you. You won't reach it easily. You'll pay for it with focus, with energy, with sacrifice. But once it's yours, it's yours. That new identity becomes your armor. That mindset becomes your fuel. And from that moment forward, everything changes. The man who locks in for 90 days trains his brain to obey purpose, not mood. He shows up when no one's watching. He doesn't say, "I'm trying," he says, "I am." So here's the question. Do you flirt with change, or do you become it? Because when you go all in, when you burn the bridge, you force your nervous system to evolve. You force your environment to bend. You set a standard and rise to meet it. That's how identity is. Built, not in one day, but in 90. So stop waiting for the path to feel smooth. It won't. It's not supposed to. Discomfort is not a red light, it's green. Lean in, keep going, keep building, because 90 days from now, if you lock in, you won't just feel different. You'll be different, and the world won't recognize you. But more importantly, neither will the man you used to be. There's a moment in every transformation when you stop asking, "What should I do?" and start demanding, "What must be done?" This is that moment. The first part of this video lit the fire. Now we build the furnace. A structure so strong, so focused, so unbreakable, that failing becomes harder than succeeding. Let me introduce you to the 90-day lock-in blueprint. It's simple, it's brutal, it's effective. It's not designed for ease. It's designed to make you evolve. These 90 days will revolve around 4 pillars, non-negotiable actions you complete every single day. Each one is crafted to sharpen a specific part of you, and when practiced together, they forge a version of you that's clearer, stronger, and more dangerous than you've ever been. Let's break them down. Pillar 1, mind. You will never outperform your mindset. Every day for 90 days, you will dedicate 1 full hour to feeding your mind. No passive scrolling. This is deliberate input. Read books that challenge you. Write with clarity. Reflect with purpose. This hour is not entertainment. It's software. Installation for your future self. Why? Because most people run on junk. Their minds are cluttered with noise, opinions, negativity. But not you. Not anymore. Your mind becomes your most dangerous weapon. 1 hour a day doesn't just inform, it transforms. Your thoughts sharpen, your speech shifts. You start thinking like the version of you you've been chasing. And over 90 days, your identity rewires. Permanently. What if the only thing separating you from the person you could be was 90 days of relentless execution? No theories, no hype. Just raw commitment, forged through sweat, silence, and discipline. Let's continue. Pillar 2. Body. Your body will ache. Your mind will rebel. Your willpower will waver. But that doesn't matter. You don't need a gym. You don't need a personal trainer. You don't even need music. You need resolve. You will move every single day. You will sweat every single day. Not because it's convenient, not because it's easy, but because each drop of sweat is a statement. I do not negotiate with weakness. You'll build pain tolerance. You'll embrace discomfort. Soon your body won't just carry you. It'll carry your standard. It'll carry your mission. Pillar 3, mission every day. You lay bricks. Most people wake up and drift. They let the world choose their direction. You won't. You'll claim 90 minutes of uninterrupted, undistracted, non-negotiable deep work. No scrolling, no reacting, no checking messages, just pure focus on building what matters. If you're a writer, write. If you're a builder, build. If you're learning, train. And if you don't yet know your mission, then make finding it your mission. Journal, reflect, study, move. Clarity doesn't come from waiting. It comes from moving through the fog. Why 90 minutes? Because most people don't give their goals. 90 minutes in a week. You'll give them that every day. That adds up. 105 hours in just 70 days. A part-time job worth of mastery. And this is where you separate. This is where you start building what they won't see until it's too obvious. To ignore. Pillar 4. Stillness. If your mind never pauses, your direction never sharpens. So for 10 to 20 minutes a day, you'll unplug from everything. No phone, no noise, no input, just you, your breath, your presence. This isn't laziness. This is laser focus. Stillness isn't wasting time. It's reclaiming power. This is where your stress breaks apart, where your thinking expands, where you remember who you are. You can meditate, walk in silence, lie down and breathe. The method doesn't matter. The discipline does. Silence becomes your sharpened edge. Because while the world is distracted, you are aligned. And when you're aligned, you're unstoppable. Here's the truth. Most people are addicted to stimulation, noise, content, constant input. So their thoughts, never really their own. You'll break that cycle. You'll own your mind, because presence leads to clarity, and clarity is power. Pillar 5. No negotiation. This is the pillar where change gets real. No negotiation means no escape, no exceptions, no just today, no I'll make up for it tomorrow. This is the line between pretending and becoming. You do what you said you would, regardless of how you feel, because here's what people don't get. Most don't fail for lack of talent. They fail because they keep negotiating with their goals. They let their moods vote on their standards, and every time they skip, delay, or soften the edge, they send one message to their mind. My word doesn't mean much. Not you. You'll hold the line when it's boring. You'll hold the line when no one is watching. You'll hold the line when the old you whispers, let's take it easy. And that's the moment transformation begins. No negotiation doesn't mean you're perfect. It means you never quit. Missed a workout? You make it up. Slipped on your deep work? You double down tomorrow. You stay relentless, because the next. A version of you doesn't get built on comfort. Discomfort is the price of evolution, and that price, it's due daily. Now, if you're resonating with this, if this doesn't just inspire you but convicts you, hit that like button and subscribe. Not for me, for you. To declare that this isn't a passing thought, it's a commitment. Because if you follow this with zero compromise, every day for 90 days, your life cannot not change. Your mind will sharpen. Your decisions will speed up. Your body will become a tool for power. Your vision will crystallize. Your discipline will become second nature. You'll stop trying to be consistent. You will be. You'll stop needing reminders. You'll embody the standard. That's the whole point of the 90-day lock-in. Not to cross items off a list, but to become someone who never again has to be convinced to rise. Because the old you, he negotiated with fear, with comfort, with doubt. The new you has one rule: no negotiation. And here's the final cut. This isn't about daily choices. This is about one choice, made once, lived fully. You don't wake up every morning and redecide. You decide once and execute daily. This is the 90-day decision. You don't renegotiate when it's hard. You don't scale back because someone else doesn't get it. You've made the call, and now nothing else matters but the follow-through. So what's getting cut? Distractions, gone. Scrolling, binging, junk input, out. Drama, gone. Empty conversations, gone. You're unavailable for anything that dilutes your mission. And let's talk about alcohol. If you're serious about clarity, performance, building internal power, then be honest with yourself. Alcohol dulls your edge. It sedates your drive. It fogs your vision. Cut it. Not forever, just for now, for this phase, for this sprint into the best version of yourself. Let's be clear, your problem isn't distraction. It's the chemistry behind it. You're not hooked on the content. You're hooked on the dopamine that content triggers. Notifications, newness, quick hits of pleasure. Your mind isn't seeking focus. It's seeking stimulation. And until you retrain it, you'll keep chasing crumbs instead of building your empire. It's time to reset. To cut off easy dopamine and return to what truly transforms you. silence, boredom, discipline. The next 90 days aren't about chasing stimuli. They're about retraining your brain to find satisfaction in deep focus, physical effort, and quiet growth. Is it uncomfortable at first? Perfect. That discomfort is the sign you're on the right track. Your environment is everything. If you try to build this version of yourself in a space filled with noise, chaos, and clutter, you'll fail. Simple as that. Clean it, clear it, make it sacred. You're not decorating a vibe, you're designing a launch pad. Every corner should remind you, this is where I go to win. No more working from bed, no more multitasking, no more background noise. Make your space a sanctuary of precision. Your desk, your kitchen, your phone, your laptop, everything should be part of your system. Nothing random, nothing casual, everything by design. And this isn't just about the physical space. Your mental space must also become a temple. That means boundaries, protecting your time from people who don't understand your path, deleting apps, muting group chats, stopping the habit of checking your phone every 5 minutes for no reason. You're building a container for transformation. Nothing leaks in, nothing leaks out. Because every time you allow distractions into your life, you're sending a message to your subconscious. I don't really mean it. And once that message takes root, discipline crumbles. But when you wake up and follow through, even when no one's watching, even when it's boring or uncomfortable, the message changes. This is who I am now. That's how you rebuild your identity. One act of alignment at a time. Your mind doesn't need more motivation. It needs orders. You have to stop consulting your mood before acting. You have to stop asking if you feel like it. You must become the kind of person who moves, no matter how they feel. Because if your moods drive your actions, your results will always be inconsistent. This is the time to take command of yourself, to reprogram your thoughts to serve your vision. Not your weaknesses, not your cravings, not your fears, your vision. So decide now, what are your non-negotiables? What are you cutting? What are you keeping? What gets your energy and what never will again? And once you answer those questions, live inside the answer. Lock it in, stay firm, move forward. This isn't discipline for discipline's sake, it's discipline for mission, for finally becoming someone who finishes what they start. Most people don't fail because they're weak. They fail because they're inconsistent. They start strong. Get excited. Write goals. Buy planners. Watch videos. But when the emotion fades, so does their action. That's the real problem. They depend on motivation. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel inspired. But motivation is a mood, and moods are unstable. You can't build an unshakable life on unstable fuel. The solution? Don't build from emotion, build from identity. Enter the concept of identity anchoring. It means you stop acting like who you've been and start acting like who you're becoming. Not someday, now. Not when you feel confident, not when the results show up. Today. You carry yourself like someone who has already earned it. You don't. Try to become disciplined. You already are. You don't hope to be consistent. You live as if consistency is your natural state. Why? Because behavior follows identity. If you see yourself as someone who quits, you will keep quitting. But if you see yourself as someone who follows through, you'll do it. Even when it's hard. And the key is to act from that place. Every single day. Until your actions rewrite your self-image. It's not about faking it, it's about becoming it. One decision at a time. Stop obsessing over your goals. Set them once, and then forget about them. Shift your focus from goals to systems. A goal is the destination. A system is the vehicle that gets you there. Goals don't keep you consistent. Systems do. You don't rise by constantly thinking about the result. You rise by mastering the process. What's your system? What do you do every morning? What do you do every evening? What does your work block look like? What is your workout schedule, your reading time, your check-in moment? Your system must be so simple that it doesn't require decisions. You don't consult, you don't delay, you just execute. And to support those systems, you track them every single day. If you don't track it, it didn't happen. It's not just a motivational line, it's the truth. Your brain will lie to you. It will tell you you're doing better than you are. It will forget how many workouts you skipped. It will rewrite the story to protect your ego, but numbers don't lie. Data doesn't care how you felt. If it's on the tracker, it happened. If it's not, it didn't. So build a habit tracker. Print a calendar. Stick notes on your wall. Make it visual. Why? Because the brain loves momentum. It loves seeing progress. That little check mark every day is a silent declaration. I'm still here. I'm still moving forward. I'm still that man who delivers. Now let's talk about sacrifice. If you want to change your life, you have to understand this. You can't have it all. The path you're walking is about cutting out distractions, stripping away unnecessary comforts, and removing things that hold you back. People will tell you to balance your life. They'll tell you it's okay to have both, success and comfort, hustle and relaxation. But here's the truth. Balance is a myth. To achieve something great, you must be willing to give up the things that are holding you in place. You need to sacrifice instant gratification. You need to sacrifice distractions that feel good in the moment but don't move you forward. Sacrifice the things that steal your energy, time, and focus, no matter how much you might enjoy them. Sacrifice is the foundation of growth, and the most important thing you can sacrifice is your need for approval. Stop waiting for validation from others. Stop measuring your worth against someone else's timeline. Your journey is yours, and it's going to look different than theirs, and that's fine. The people who become extraordinary are the ones who put their heads down and do the work, no matter what anyone else thinks. They're not caught up in what people are saying about them. They're too busy building something that speaks for itself. But here's the hard part. You have to choose your sacrifice. It's not about cutting out everything. It's about being intentional with what you give up. The good things that distract you are harder to let go of than the bad ones. You need to decide what your future version of success demands and align your actions accordingly. What will you sacrifice today that will pay dividends tomorrow? What habits are you willing to leave behind? What comfort zones will you step out of? This is the price of greatness, and it's one you pay daily, not just when you feel motivated. Sacrifice doesn't mean deprivation, it means prioritization. You're not giving up fun for good. You're postponing it for something far greater. That's what the world doesn't tell you. Delayed gratification is a superpower. Every time you resist the urge to settle for less, you are building a future that reflects your true potential. But it's not just about sacrifice. It's about building the right habits to sustain your transformation. The hardest part of this journey is consistency. The first few days are easy. The excitement of starting something new gives you momentum. But real growth doesn't happen when it's fun. It happens when you keep showing up, even when the initial spark fades. Here's the truth. Greatness requires repetition. It's the small actions done consistently that yield the greatest results. So build habits that serve your vision, not your comfort. The person you want to become is the one who takes deliberate action day in and day out. And these actions must be linked to your ultimate goal, your mission, your vision for the future. Focus is the most important currency you have. Your attention is what shapes your life. You will be pulled in a million directions every single day. Family, friends, social media, the demands of work, and all the distractions that cloud your focus. But only those who learn how to control their attention will create something extraordinary. Control your focus by making clear decisions. What are you choosing to pay attention to? What are you saying no to in order to protect your time? What is getting your energy today that will propel you toward your future? And what is simply draining it? This is a fight worth winning, because the more intentional you are with your focus, the more power you will create in your life. The key here is being mindful of where your attention goes and how it's being used. Are you building towards something meaningful? Or are you scattered, letting life pass by without true purpose? Mastering your focus doesn't mean working all the time. It means focusing when you need to and knowing when to rest and recharge so you can return to the grind stronger than before. Finally, let's talk about momentum. Momentum is not something you wait for. It's something you build. It's created through the small, consistent actions you take every day, no matter how you feel. When you commit to your goals, to your mission, to your process, the results start to show. But momentum doesn't just come from actions, it comes from your mindset. Every win, no matter how small, fuels the next one. The key to momentum is celebrating the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate every time you show up, every time you push past your comfort zone, every time you make a decision aligned with your higher self. Momentum will carry you when things get tough. It will keep you going when your motivation dips. It will help you push through the days when you'd rather quit, because you've already created a foundation of discipline and action that can't be easily shaken. That moment of consistency, those small victories, that's where discipline intertwines with motivation, not fleeting distractions. It builds not only confidence, but also momentum. With each completed task, even when the urge to quit lingers, you'll feel a deeper satisfaction. The more you see that growing chain of wins, the less likely you'll be to break it. You won't be tempted to skip the gym session, nor will you compromise on your deep work, because now you know the price. That visible price, that awareness, is what will keep you grounded when motivation fades into the background. Now it's time to create a ritual, a structured start to your day, a defined end to it. Your routine isn't just a schedule, it's a commitment. The first hour of your day should be non-negotiable, designed to prime your mind for focus. Whether it's reading, movement, or moments of silence, this sets the tone. Your evening should bring closure, a time for reflection, for preparing tomorrow. No distractions. By bookending your day with structure, you free up the middle to flow effortlessly. And when it gets hard, and trust me it will, anchor yourself to your identity. Ask yourself, what would the version of me I'm becoming do right now? Would they skip that habit? Would they let fatigue or distraction take over? Or would they continue, no matter how they feel? The answer, if you ask the right question, will always guide you. And the more often you choose that path, the more you become that person. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. Creating a rhythm so unshakable that you no longer need to decide whether to do the work. You simply show up because it's who you are. No excuses. No second guessing. Track your progress, build the systems, and cement your identity as someone who always follows through. Never let motivation be the reason you start or stop. From this moment forward, your commitment is the driving force. No excuses. Over the next 90 days, you'll face 3 major walls, not because you're weak, but because real transformation demands resistance. You cannot evolve into a new version of yourself without confronting the old one first. The first wall will show up around day 7 to day 10. The excitement fades, the novelty of starting something new dies, and the work begins to feel heavier. The resistance will be loud. You'll hear that voice in your head, "Take a break, you've earned it, it's too hard." But remember, that voice is the past calling you back. It's the old you trying to keep you stuck. This wall isn't meant to defeat you, it's meant to reveal who you used to be, and the only way to break through it is with quiet determination, step by step, action by action. The second wall comes at around day 30. This one is more subtle. You're not in pain anymore, but you're bored. The daily grind feels monotonous. The excitement is gone. This is where most people quit, not because of physical discomfort, but because of doubt. Is this working? Should I change things? But listen closely. The temptation to change course is your enemy. It's the siren call of distraction. You need to recognize that greatness isn't built in the exciting moments. It's built in the mundane. It's built in the routine. And though it might not be visible on the surface, things are shifting. Your brain is adapting. Your focus is sharpening. Keep going. You're getting closer to the breakthrough. By day 60, you'll start to feel different. It won't be a surge of motivation, it'll be a quiet certainty. The effort won't feel as forced anymore. Your actions are becoming automatic. You're not just doing the work, you're embodying it. Your new habits are no longer a struggle. They are part of who you are. By the time you reach day 90, the transformation is undeniable. This isn't some fleeting sense of confidence. This is the real deal. You won't need to say a word because your results will speak for themselves. Your environment, your decisions, your energy, everything will reflect who you've become. It won't be a loud proclamation, it'll be a quiet, undeniable presence. And the world will see it, even if they never hear you say a thing. The true reward doesn't come at the end of the 90 days. It comes in the quiet, daily commitment, the consistent showing up even when it's uncomfortable. This is the moment where your efforts no longer require motivation. They are driven by your identity, the person you have become. And that is the greatest transformation of all. You've committed to the journey. You've removed all excuses. You've stopped negotiating with yourself. And when you hit those walls, when everything in you wants to quit, you'll remember why you started. You won't need motivation. You'll just need to keep going because that's who you are now. And when it's all said and done, you won't be the person who quits halfway. You'll be the one who keeps going, quietly, relentlessly, until the person you were meant to be emerges, and the world won't be able to deny the power of your transformation.